A blessed Wednesday, my dear friends. This is Vanny Ocampo. Welcome to Pathways of Hope. Last Saturday, I gave a talk entitled Arming Yourself with Stories. I exhorted the participants to preach the way Jesus preached. And Jesus preached armed with a lot of stories. A good example of that is our reading today, where Jesus answered a question with a story. Jesus used stories to make his teachings memorable and to drive home a point. Let's take a look at the gospel today from Luke chapter verses 22 to 30. It began with someone in the crowd asking Jesus if only a few people will be saved. And Jesus answered, "Make every effort to enter through the narrow door, because many, I tell you, will try to enter and will not be able to. Once the owner of the house gets up and closes the door, you will stand knocking and pleading, 'Sir, open the door for us.' But he will answer, 'I do not know where you are from.'" This is a very interesting answer from Jesus to the question, "Are you saved?" I also reflected on this question, and once again, I realized how my life here on earth is numbered. I do not know when, but what I do know is that it can happen anytime and that I should always be ready. As I was doing my reflection for the gospel today, I also remembered a story that I heard some time back about an event in the life of Saint Ignatius of Loyola while he was still in the seminary. According to the story, someone told them that a terrible thing has happened and everyone's gonna die in a few minutes. At the time of the news, Saint Ignatius and his friends were playing basketball. His friends stopped playing and knelt down to pray for their salvation, all except for one, Saint Ignatius. Do you know what he was doing? He continued to play basketball. Saint Ignatius was not worried about his salvation because he always sought and did what was pleasing to God. I hope you will not be upset. We will not be anxious when we will be asked the question, "Are you saved?" Like Saint Ignatius, let us strive to live holy and pleasing lives for God. Jesus is reminding us today that the path to salvation, the path to the Father, the path to heaven is through Him. It is not going to be easy to live holy lives. It would be like trying to squeeze through a very narrow door. But the good news is that we have a God of second chances, in fact, of many chances, more than what we deserve. And Jesus understands that at times we will falter, we will hurt others, we will make wrong choices, and even backslide for a time. Jesus knows this full well, and yet He continues to love us. He continues to invite us to meet Him at this narrow gate, and be assured that He will not stop inviting us to come home. Once again, thank you for listening and thank you for allowing me to share my reflections here. May the Lord bless you and keep you.